everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy you're here, and of course everyone, I hope you have a great day so far. For everyone who is new here, welcome to you too. I hope you enjoy what you see, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, of course I hope you will click the red subscribe button. For today's DIY we are going to need the tumbling tower blocks, the smaller tumbling tower blocks, and of course, do you want to know the measurements? Go down below in the description box, there you find the measurement for the bigger and the smaller blocks I use, so you can compare them with your own. I have here my little container with everything inside I need for DIYing, but of course most important I use the wood glue, but of course you can use any glue you like. Of course I have here my paint, is just an example, you can choose any color you like, and I have here my saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel which is wet to wipe away the glue easier. So these are the main pieces we need for the DIY, and we're going to make a bunny DIY. So we will see how this will turn out. So the first step will be, we are going to lay on our table 2 rows of 3, 1 of 2, 2 of 4 and 2 of 5. So very easy. 2 of 3, 1 of 2, 2 of 4 and 2 of 5. So again, we lay them flat on the table. We do on the smallest line of the side, we do some glue over here and this way, and we just easy place them together this way and make a nice row out of it. And of course we're going to do this as fast as we can. And this will just be a simple bunny head, but of course you can change it up any way you like. This is just an example, you don't have to do it the way that I do. So again, number 5 and the last of 5, and we roll them together and we're going to squeeze them from the inside to the outside. Again, over here the same, squeeze it, and again here the same, squeeze it, and number 3, and this one of 3, and a number 2. Of course we're going to get our wet towel. We're going to wipe away the top of our blocks, get it off the table, do the back side, and make sure that you make a nice straight line out of it. You do here the same, clean it up, take it off your table, do the back side, and again, go back. Number 3, get it off your table, clean up your mat, and again, you're going to go back. We have now the pieces of 4, get it off the table. And with pieces of 4, you still can easily get it off the table. If it doesn't work, you always can do it fast and place it on the side like this. Place it straight up, clean up your mat and do the back side. But most of the time, you can get it easy off your table. And again, this one, the back side. And the last of 5, place it straight up, clean it up, and we do this side. And again, if you don't have a carpet square and you want to have it down, always go back, do a little bit with the tops of your fingers, and then lay it down. And of course, you have it over here the same. Press it down, and this way, and then give it a press afterwards. I do it most of the time with my fingers because you can easily make one row out of it. I'm only going to let this dry in a half minute, not longer. So now I'm going to start with my 1 of 3. I'm going to place it straight up. I'm going to get a 1 of 4. We do a little bit of glue over here, not too much, like this. And now we're going to place it straight up and we place it over here with the 1 of 3. Now we're going to get the 2 of 5. Over here we do some glue on both of them, and you see already it is not still dried up together, but it doesn't matter. That's why I only wait a half minute, because we don't want that it dries too much. We place it on top of each other, but you place it straight up, and again go back with your fingers and always press them down, but also feel the sides. Now we're going to get this 1 of 4 and we do some glue over here. Just go from one side to the other. Over here, make sure that every piece has a little bit of your glue. And again, we place it straight up and we're going to place this on the underside like this, and make sure that you have on each side the same spaces like here, you see. And now we're going to get the 1 of 4 again, do some glue over here, place it straight up. And we're going to place it against this one. Give it some pressure, because that's this way you also fill in the open gaps. Now we do the one of 3. And again, we're going to place this against each other. Now the last piece of 2 over here, and we place it on the top side. And again, we're going to get our wet towel. Gently we're going to squeeze it and remove the glue. And of course you can turn it over and also do the back side like this. And we're going to place it on the side. So in the meantime, while our little head is drying, we have 3 blocks like this. We are going to do some glue on this side and on the other small side over here and place it down. We take this one on the side and we just simply squeeze it like this over here, and we're just going to press it together, clean up our mat and keep it, and gently we're going to clean it up and place it down again, and we're going to wipe away also the glue on the inside, and then we're going to give it a couple of minutes drying. So now again we get 2 sets of 3 again, and we do the same procedure that we did with the other one. Do some glue on the side and just place it over here, and this one also some glue on the smallest line of the block, of course also on this side. And we're going to place it down, place this 2 straight up and squeeze it, place this one straight up and squeeze it, and if everything is correctly you get like this. And we're going to squeeze it, press it together, get it off the table, gently clean it up, and again place it down, and we're going to clean the inside, and always go back to make sure that you have it in a straight line. Press it together, clean up the back side, and again also the inside. And now we're going to let it dry in, and if you want to be sure again that you have a straight line, place them on the side, and again make sure press it down, and the last one press it down, and let it dry in for a little moment. In the meantime, while these 3 are drying, we have 2 sets of 2, and what we're going to do, we do on the wider side of the, we do some glue over here like this, over here on the side, and we place the other block. Of course this one is a really crooked one, I think I take a little different one, and I'm going to place it halfway. So very easy, just like this, kind of like a stair. You just squeeze it, you do here the same, a little bit of glue on the line, and we're going to place it straight up, and we're going to place this halfway, and we're going to squeeze it together. And of course if this a little bit too small for your towel, then you can do of course a small brush and then wipe away the glue over here. And of course on this side the same, and you place it down, you do here the same, wipe away the glue, of course also on this side, and check it out if you have the same measurement, of course like you have it the other one. It doesn't have to be on every millimeter, but of course try to get it as best as you can. Now you have 2 pieces, and my brush is flying around. Now I get 2 of these pieces like this, 2 of them, we place them this way, we get 2 loose blocks, we do a little bit of glue over here, and I'm going to glue it on the back side on top of this one, and now we do this one, and we glue this on the back side of this one, and again squeeze it, and we're going to give it, and if everything is correctly it looks like this. You see, I try to turn it so you can see it this way, and now we're going to let this dry in also a couple of minutes. So now we're going to place these 2 pieces down with the double on top. We're going to get our 2 piece, our little stair, and we do some glue on the smallest line of the block. Make sure, maybe there's also a possibility that you have to turn it around, but it has to go this way and like this, and squeeze it together. And you have this one on the outside. You do here the same. We do some glue on this small line. Maybe you have to turn it before, maybe this way or this way, because it has to be on the outside over here. And then you're going to squeeze it. And we're going to let this dry in for a little moment. So now we're going to take our head, at least it will be a head of a bunny. And you make sure that the 2 block is on the top side. So the 2 blocks is here and the 3 is over here, is directly to yourself. What we're going to do, we're going to get the loose piece of 3, this one. And we do some glue in the middle, over here. And we place it on the top of the 1 of 2. This way, press it together. And make sure that it dries in for a little moment. Then it looks like this. Over here, place it down. And we're going to give it a couple of minutes. So now we get 1 of the ears and we're going to make sure that we have this one, the smallest one. This is the one to the outside. You see, I hope you can see it in the coloring of my, you see this way. And you have here a double one, which is on the outside, but we need the smaller one. And we're just going to glue the smallest line of the ear over here. And in a moment, I will show it to you exactly what I mean. So a little bit more on the top. And we place it on the top side of this one. Over here, we're going to press it together this way. We do here the same. We do on the smallest line. We do some glue. And in a moment, I will show it to you a little bit better. I'm going to press this together. And like this. Of course, I want to be happy with the shape, so I'm going to work with it. And again, make sure that this one also stays in place, because nothing is totally dry yet. So I'm going to let this dry in for a little moment. So I'm laying on the side my bunny, but I wanted to show you how the ears are looking like right now, so you can easily make them yourself. And this is the simple by the simples, and later you will see that when you paint it, it looks so much different. And of course this one is maybe a little bit better to see, but we use this later for kind of a dresser, kind of a type case. We will see how this will turn out. So now we're going to make a bottom and a top for our kind of a type case, maybe a little dresser, just how you call it. You can call it anyway, anything. So we have 4 rows of 7. So 4 rows of 7 like this. And we're going to do the smallest line of the block. We're going to do some glue and we simply row them together this way. Well, you see already, that's a little bit of always a tricky thing about the wood glue. If you have it on your fingers, it's always tricky to get it off. Again, you do row number 2, and as you see already, I hope that it doesn't stick because the camera is running and your time is precious, of course. So I try to do it as fast as I can, but always when the camera is running, it always works against me. So, but I think who is here and already also makes DIYs has the same problem. So again, over here. And of course, I have to show, I don't know why my piece is not running perfectly. I don't know why, but I think I have to get a needle and press it open. So again, the last one. And now we're going to squeeze it from the inside to the outside like this. Over here, the same, from the inside to the outside. And again, number 3, this way. And we're going to do this way also. And again, press it together, get our wet towel, and we're going to wipe away the glue. And again, place it straight up, clean up your mat, and do it back, and do the back side. You place it over here, do it fast, place it straight up, clean up your mat, and don't worry, we don't do this the whole time. It's only for everyone who is not here for a long time. So again, we're going to clean it up and do the back side, because you want to keep your space clean where you work with, or else everything is sticky at the end. And again, over here. And now we're going to go back, make sure we have a straight line. And you see already, I do it with my fingers, but I told you earlier how you can place it just straight up, press it down with your tops, and then let it fall down again. But I can do it with my fingers, because if you do it for a long time, you easy can feel it. So I'm going to give it a half minute drying. So now I'm going to place 2 of them on the side, and I'm just going to do some glue on the tops. Like this. Make sure that every piece has a little bit of your glue. Also go back if you don't are happy with where the glue is sticking, because that's what you want. And again, place it over here and place it over here. Then gently squeeze it in, feel with your fingers, and do here the same. Fill in the open gaps, go back, because the sides are important also. And we're going to wipe away the glue like this, gently, and go back. And of course, make sure that you place it on the side, clean it up, and we do gently, we do the back side. Here the same, place it straight up, and we do the back side. And we're going to let it rest on the side if you're happy with the shape, because you have to go back, make sure that you have a straight line. So now we're going to do the back side. So we have the top, the bottom, and now we're going to do the back side, because it will be an open dresser, closet, cabinet, how you call it. And we are doing 4 rows of 7 again, 4 rows of 7, and we do again the smallest line of the block like this over here. And I do it of course 4 rows long, but you can size it up if you like, and you can also size it down. But if you do it, then you don't have to size down the top and the bottom, because it stays 7 for the top and the bottom, but you have to do the sides, you have to do smaller, but I tell you that in a moment. So for my pieces we need later, I think 13, but always go size up with 3 and size down also with 3. So again, over here, because I make it a little bit bigger, because I like it, of course, that I can place something bigger also inside. Not really big, but a little bit bigger. Again, we're going to squeeze it. And here the same. And of course, I'm going to clean it up. And I'm going to let it dry in for a half minute, but I won't bore you with that. I do that a little bit faster. So now we have our 4 pieces, and we're going to do 3 of them on the side, and we do some glue on the top. And again, make sure that you have a straight line, and you do it over here. And the last. And now we're going to roll them together. So very simple. Just place them over here and place it over here until one big plank. And again, gently, you're just going to fill it in. And that's why we only wait a half minute. So we can easy fill it in. Go back, feel with the sides, because you want to have them really nicely as best as you can. A lot of you already know, because they're already here for a long time, my series of blocks I bought 80 packages, and all of them are so crooked. So it is really like Alice was saying, it is really a struggle of Patty's saying it is really a struggle to get to work with them, but oh my, we do our best, but I hope you have better ones. So we're going to let this dry in for at least a couple of minutes. Then I'm going to turn it and let it dry further on the side. So now I'm going to get my sides we just made earlier. That are the 2 rows of 7, 2 rows of 7 here. We are going to do some glue on the underside. And of course, always look which one is the flat side, because always when you have it on your table, one side is always flatter than the other one. So I'm going to go for this one, and I'm going to do some glue over here. And I'm going to place it straight up. I'm going to do here the same. Look which one is the flat side. And of course, that's this one. And we're going to do some glue on this one on the underside. Over here. And we're going to place it straight up. And we're going to gently fill it in. Press it gently together as best as you can over here, and like this, feel with your fingers, because you want to have a straight line. And again, if you're happy with you don't do it the way that I do, just go back and again press it together again. And if you're happy with the shape, then let it dry in for at least 20 minutes before you're going to do the other parts. So now we're going to make a shelf in between, and of course I do one shelf. You can do, if you have it do it longer, you can do more. So I have one row of 7, and this shelf will be a little bit shorter than the bottom and the top because I like that the shelf is a little bit shorter. But of course you can also change that up any way you like. I'm going to squeeze it from the inside to the outside, and again press it together. We're going to get our wet towel again, and also your wet towel in between. Always take a little bit of a warmer water with some hand soap and just clean it out, because or else it gets one big mess. We're going to clean up our mat, and we do the back side. And we're going to let this dry in. Of course, make sure that you have a straight line, maybe this way, and you're going to press it down and let it dry in for a little moment. So now we have our piece, and of course we're going to do some glue on the middle line over here like this. And I do it already very fast because my blocks are uneven, and this way when my glue is still not dried, I can easily get a nice fitting on top of my back side. And of course that's why he's not totally dry yet. I'm going to press it to the inside and make sure that all of the blocks are fitting nicely over here. Go back, feel with your fingers over here. It's a little bit more tricky, but I have to do it because or else my shelf doesn't fit and you get big openings on the inside, and that's not what you want. So again, nicely, and make sure that you have it in a straight line because that's what you want. And we're going to let this dry in for at least a half hour. Now we're going to do for the, whoa, this is always so, I have my camera just a second on and then my glue is falling. I don't know how I do it, but always when my camera is running, it is one big chaos. So I have now 2 rows of 13, and of course that's why I have my piece 4 high. If you want to do it 5 high, then size up with 3 blocks. Do you want to have 3 rows of 7 for the back side, then do the side, not 13 rows, 13 in a row, but do 10 in a row. So I think you always go size up with 3 or size down with 3. Again, we're going to row them very easy together like this. And this one is a little bit longer. That's why I told you I make this one a little bit higher, because then you can also do a little bit of more bigger things inside. Not too big because it still stays a little small. And over here, the last row. And of course I'm going to clean it up again, but you know that already how to do it. And we're going to let it dry only again a half minute. And again, we're going to squeeze it from the inside to the outside like this, and then squeeze it again from the inside to the outside over here and squeeze it. And I'm going to clean it. So now I'm going to place one of them on the side, and I'm going to do some glue on the top over here to make one big plank out of it. And again, place it down and place this one against here. And you see already I have open gaps, so I need to get them together again, squeeze it, and work as long as you need that you have the sides and the tops nicely in one row. So, and if you do, then you're going to place it on the side and let it dry in for a couple of minutes. And now we're going to do number 2. So again, we have now again 2 rows of 13 again for the other side, because or else they don't fit on my mat. And it gets very maybe a little bit crowded if I do too much on one piece. So that's why I do them in 2. So again, 2 rows of 13 for the other side of our little dresser. Of open, books, maybe open the bookshelves. I don't know how you call it. But for a lot of you who are here already knows that I'm not speaking English normally. So for me, it's always looking for words, which words are just great English or not. And I make always my own English. This will be Dutch and English together. So it's always a little bit of mix of both of them. But I always say, if you just look at the video, then you can see how to do it. So you don't even have to listen to me. So again, you're going to squeeze it. Here the same, squeeze it from the inside to the outside and press it together. Press it together, and I'm going to clean it up again. So again, we place one on the side and we do some glue on the top. Over here. Like this. And I'm going to place them down and we're going to fill it in with this one and gently fill in the open gaps as best as you can, and then go to the sides to be sure that everything is fitting nicely. If you're happy with the shape, then you're going to let this one also dry the same like we did with the first one. So now we see here we have our back side, of course our middle shelf, our top and the bottom. We have now our loose piece. Of course this will be the side. What we're going to do, we are going to easy do some glue on this side. Over here we go completely under. Of course I make one big mess out of it, but it doesn't matter. You can do it much better than I do. And again, go back because I want to have all blocks glued together. And now we're going to do also a little bit of glue on the inside. I do already too much, I see. This one I can remove. So easy like this. And I'm going to gently place it straight up. And if everything is correctly, it is fitting nicely on top of here. And work a little bit with it and press only on the underside. Like this. And feel with your fingers. And I'm going to let this dry. We do here the same. We do some glue on the underside, on the side over here. We do under, over here, and we go up again. I go back because I want to have all the blocks. And now we do a little piece of the middle piece. And again, we're going to place it straight up and we're going to place it on the inside like this. And if you're happy with the shape, then you're going to let this dry in for at least 20 minutes. So now we're going to give the bottom a little bit more like an high-end look. So we have 6 rows of 2. 6 rows of 2. We do some glue on this one, place this one on top. We do some glue on this one, place this one on top. This one over here, place them on top. This one over here and place it on top. This one you do some glue on this side and you just roll them together. And this one this way. Gently squeeze it and we're going to squeeze this one. Squeeze this one. Oh, you see already over here. And squeeze this one and this one. And we're going to clean it up, of course, like this. Make sure that you have a straight line. Go back and do the back side. Here the same. Do this side and you see he is falling down, but it doesn't matter. Just simply glue them together again and let them dry in for a little moment. We do here this block. Of course we're going to turn it. And this side. And we do the back side. And over here. And this way I can easily work away the ugly blocks. I can easily work away because you won't see them because they will be on the inside under here. So we are going to let them dry and we're going to give it a minute drying. So now we're going to get one of this one and we're going to do some glue and we glue them together. And this way, also over here, make sure that you have a nice straight line, press it together like this, and we're going to let this dry in for also again a couple of minutes. So now we place our poles down, and of course this way with the smallest lines of the smallest side of the block on top, this way. You see already he is not totally dry yet, but it doesn't matter. And I'm going to do a little bit of glue on this side and on this side, and I place it down. I do here the same, a little bit of glue on this side and a little on this side. And I place it down again, and then we're going to easy fill it in, this one over here and this one over here, and make sure that we have a nice, kind of not really a square, it's more like a rectangle shape. And again we're going to press it. If you're happy how it is looking like, then we're going to let this dry in for at least 20 minutes. So now we have our box, we have our frame, and what we're going to do, we're going to turn it and we're going to place this on top. So we're going to glue our glue over here this way and go around over here and do a little bit thicker on this side, and then we go also on this side and go around. And now we're going to turn it over and we're going to place this one on the top over here. Press it down and press it down over here. Feel with your fingers that you have a nice, as best as you can in the middle. Let's say it this way. And again, you get already a nice little thick top side. So we did let it dry. Now we're going to turn it over, and you see already now he has a nice, a little bit more like a high-end underpiece. What we're going to do, because we are going to have our bunny, of course, on top, we are going to make kind of a little stand where he can stand up, so he can go a little bit higher. So now I have 2 rows of 5, so 2 rows of 5 to give also the top side a little bit more like a high-end look. And again, row them together this way. And this one over here, and the last, going to squeeze it like this. We're going to squeeze this one like this, and of course I'm going to leave my bunny very neutral, so I'm not going to get faces and that kind of thing, because it is, for me, it is kind of a cabinet, and I like to decorate inside. And if I also do the bunny with some noses and everything, that for me it is a little bit too busy. But you can decorate later, of course, the bunny face in totally what you want. So again, we're going to make sure that we do some glue on the top side, and again over here, and we're going to place it inside, and we're going to make sure that we fill in the open gaps like this. And again, go back and feel with your fingers like this. And I'm going to clean it up. And we're going to let it rest in for at least maybe a couple of minutes. So now we have our little dresser. We're going to turn it. I'm going to do this one upside down. I'm going to do some glue over here and over here. Make sure that we have enough glue like this, so everything has a little bit of glue. And I'm going to turn it over and place it on the top side. Place it exactly in the middle where you want to have it, this way. And if you have spilled too much glue, just get your brush again and just go around and make sure that you wipe away the glue from each side and let it dry in for a little moment. So you see, now you see the bottom a little bit better, and of course the top. Over here, you see just simple 2 pieces of 5 on the top, and gives a little bit more like a high-end look. And now we only need to glue on top our bunny this way, and it's very easy. Of course, I have a bunny, but you can choose anything you like to do on top. You don't have to do the bunny. You also can do this and do something else on top, some Christmas trees, some maybe for the 4th of July, for the spring season. Do whatever you think is right. So I'm going to glue this on top right now. So I was already gluing my top of course on here. You see already the glue, but I was looking at my box with my half wooden beads, and of course you can use some piece of cardboard or something else. But I thought maybe it is, before I spray paint the whole piece, maybe it is nice to give it only a little bit of a lightness in the eyes and the nose. So it will change because it will be colored. So I'm going to glue this one on top. Only 2 half beads, 2 smaller ones, and 2 bigger, one bigger one for the nose. And then I'm going to spray paint everything together. So this way, this will be in the middle. This one will be over here. And I'm going to let it dry in for a little moment, and then I will easily place my bunny on top again, because I have enough glue on top of here. So I don't have to do extra. So again, I'm going to go around. Make sure that not the glue is sticking out when I spray paint it, because that's not a great sight to see. And now I just have a little bit of a look that there are eyes and a nose. So very simple, you just place it together like this, and you can later do maybe some whiskers, you call it, I think you call it. So you can decorate your bunny completely at your own taste. I place mine again on top, and I'm going to let this dry in for a little moment, and then I'm going to spray paint mine, and you see in a moment which color it turned out. And you see already mine turned out in the gold color, because I'm a little bit into the gold for this spring season, but of course you can change it up any color you like. This is just an example, and of course now you see a quick impression. And you see finally a quick impression of my tumbling tower blocks, a little bunny cubby, and I'm so happy how this one turned out. Of course, I hope you give this one a try. And if you're new here, I hope you enjoyed it also. And if you do and you're not subscribed to the channel, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button. Everyone have an amazing day. See you all in the next one. Bye.